Watch and burn.
Hey everyone. So tonight I wanted to talk about Christian Mistress's first full-length as well as their debut full-length for Relapse Records, and that is Possession. Now this record, it's funny, you know, because coming off what was just an EP for 20 bucks spin by way of Agony and Opium, they've really stepped things up so considerably here that you would think the band would have a few more releases under their belt. Had this been your introduction into this band, you would have, like I said, assumed that they'd been around for a lot longer than they had, because this was my first introduction to the band. I heard Haunted Hunted on a Relapse sampler I downloaded from Relapse Records back when this record was released, and I really liked that track. And then from there I checked out All Abandon. I absolutely loved that song. Then I checked out Pentagram and Crucifix, and I absolutely loved that, so I decided to buy the record. And so once I fell in love with this album, I was like, oh, you just know this band has a bunch of releases. And so I went and started looking into their discography, and I was really surprised to find that their only release, like I said, was Agony and Opium for 20 bucks spin. Now, Agony and Opium is an absolutely killer EP, and it's an awesome overall debut for a band like this. But I'm really surprised that after Agony and Opium, for them to release a record of such musical maturity, I suppose. Like, this record is so incredibly well textured and well layered, and the composition and the overall songwriting, the themes, the production, the fretboard gymnastics, if you will, it really suggests that this band has been around a lot longer than they had, at least at this point. Now, as of 2022, I don't know what's going on with Christian Mistress. They released To Your Death back, I believe, in 2015. I think it was 2015 anyways. And that was kind of it for them. There's no word on Relapse's website. There's no word anywhere to do with them as far as them releasing a third full length or perhaps another EP. So if this is all we get from this band, that is incredibly disappointing, because Agony and Opium was awesome. This record absolutely kicks ass. And then To Your Death was even more developed, and there was even more thought and more precision tossed into that album than there was on this record. And I thought this record was an absolute perfect example of what happens when an incredibly talented group of people get together and they choose to make music. This record is a complete throwback to the 1970s era, like hard rock, heavy metal, and I believe it from this band. This isn't sort of like a bunch of kids attempting to mimic Led Zeppelin or Venom or whoever from way back when, trying to say, hey, look at us, you know, we're paying tribute to this and that and blah, 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 and it just being a bunch of like sort of shallow sounding horse shit. This band, I genuinely believe that they're so completely anachronistic. They're like a band out of time. I believe that Christian Mistress would have found immense levels of success had this still been 1977, say through 1983, 1984. But unfortunately, they decided to form a band around a time period when the musical landscape had shifted so significantly that unfortunately a band like Christian Mistress would end up sort of doomed. And that really bugs me, because I feel like they never really got what they deserved, just because of how incredibly fun their songs are, how incredibly complex their songwriting is. And Christine Davis's voice is absolutely amazing. It's big, it's haunting, and I think my favorite thing about her voice is her voice suggests that she will beat the shit out of you if you piss her off. And I genuinely believe that she would. I've never met the woman, of course, but just judging by how her voice sounds, you probably shouldn't fuck with her, because she will destroy you. It's another thing I like. Like I said, there's a real attitude of honesty coming from Christian Mistress. It's like they're not trying to impress anybody but themselves. And it is too bad that it still isn't 1978, because this band would have done incredibly well with records like this. But like I said, as of 2022, nobody knows what's going on with them. I hope they release another record, but it's been a while since To Your Death, and then COVID, I'm sure, certainly didn't help things. But I got my fingers crossed, and maybe they will. Who knows? Time will tell, I suppose. So look, I am going to go. So thank you so much for hanging out with me while I discussed Christian Mistress's Relapse Records debut from a ways back. If you like this record, well, yeah, if you like this record, don't forget to do something nice for somebody. And if you like this review, don't forget to do something nice for somebody. And if you don't like this record and you didn't like this review, you should probably still do something nice for somebody, because it's a decent thing to do. It's easy. And I can't believe how incredibly cold it is for it being mid-May. It's like May 15th or May 16th, 2022 right now, and I'm out in a fucking sweater. Have a good night. I just wanted to say thank you for making it through the entire video. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to remind everyone one more time, even though I've probably already done this in the video that you just watched, to please click the like button as well as the subscribe button, because it helps this channel grow. And thank you for hitting like and subscribe, and we will see you guys really soon.